Hello and welcome everyone. Today's video features a preview of the Iwami, which is based on the Japanese Navy's super-battleship project. The Iwami is designed and intended to be a close quarters combat battleship that enjoys powerful main armament, secondaries with good armor penetration, and long-range torpedoes of 12 kilometers that are quite similar in stats to those on the Shimakaze. To compensate for this formidable array of offensive weaponry, the ship receives only 32mm plating and a vulnerable citadel. Now the Iwami has just entered testing, so I must stress all the stats you see in this video are still a work in progress and subject to balancing changes. So with that being said, let's start with the Iwami's armor and survivability. So starting off with the armor layout, we can see 4 end plating, both lower and upper, are 32mm. The main deck is 32mm. The upper auxiliary room armor plating is 32mm, so extensive 32mm plating. We do get an extended aft end armor belt here, 229 and 191. Above the waterline, 229. Below 191. The main armor belt is 356. And those of you familiar with Japanese battleships will recognize a vulnerable cheek here underneath the front turret. Superstructure plating of 19mm. So let's have a little look at the internal armor. Warship is 380mm. This is the barbette armor of 360. Look here at the stern. The Warship is 203mm and 356. We look at the actual citadel itself. See, it is submerged, and there is a slight element of sloped internal plating here. Deck slope of 115, 108 and 115. So that's a look at the armor. Moving to the survivability, the Iwami gets 80,700 hit points, a torpedo protection damage reduction of 44%. Now this is further reinforced by having 5 repair parties. So while we're here, we'll just have a quick look at the build. Limited in consumables, just a repair party and damage control party. I'm using a very standard Japanese battleship set of upgrades and captain skills. Nothing really out of the ordinary. Steering gears, concealment, main battery, mod 3. These are the captain skills. It's important just to look at these and realize that all the ship stats are based on this combination of upgrades and captain skills. So I'm using emergency repair specialist. I am using vigilance, adrenaline rush, basics of survivability, then a full tank build with emergency repair expert, concealment expert, and fire prevention expert. Okay, so moving to the main artillery, Iwami gets 8 410mm guns in 4 twin-mounted or dual-mounted turrets. These 410mm guns have a 22-second reload, 180-degree rotation time of 40.3 seconds, max dispersion of 214 meters, with a max firing range of 20.3 kilometers. You can fire both high explosive and armor piercing shells. The high explosive can inflict a max damage of 6,500, 30% fire chance, with 68mm of penetration, and a shell speed of 834 meters per second. And the armor piercing shells can inflict a max damage of 12,750 with the same shell speed of 834 meters per second. Moving to the secondary armament, comes in 2 gun calibers, 8 twin-mounted 100mm. These have a very fast reload speed of 3 seconds, a base firing range of 7.3 kilometers, firing high explosive rounds. They can inflict a max damage of 1700, 6% chance of setting the target on fire, 30mm of penetration, and a very fast shell speed of 1000 meters per second, so very effective against destroyers. Second gun caliber is 3 triple mounted 155mm, slower reload time of 12 seconds, a base firing range of 7.3 kilometers, max damage of 2600, 10% fire chance. They can pound 26mm of armor with a slightly slower shell speed of 925 meters per second. Moving to the torpedo armament, quite impressive. 2 quad-mounted torpedo launchers here at the stern. They have a reload time of 120 seconds, a firing range of 12 kilometers. They can inflict a max damage of 23,767, 67 knots of speed, and can be detected at 1.7 kilometers. So Shimakaze torpedoes, very dangerous. We're going to see the return of the submarines on the live server soon. So Iwami gets access to the depth charge airstrike, 2 available flights, 1 aircraft per attack flight, each dropping 3 bombs, 10 kilometer firing range. These bombs can inflict a max damage of 2800 and have a reload time of 60 seconds. When it comes to actual AA defense, 18 single mounted 25mm, 24 twin mounted 25mm, 12 triple mounted 25mm, a large number of 25mm guns, and the secondary battery of 100mm, these 8 twin mounted, they also double up as AA. All combined, continuous average damage of 256, equally spread between short and long range, fires 8 flak explosions. They can inflict a max damage of 1470 with a max firing range of 5.8 kilometers. Moving to the Iwami's maneuverability, a base speed of 28.2 knots. This can be adjusted with the Sierra mic to just under 30 knots, 29.6. Turning circle radius of 880 meters with a rudder shift time of 13.7 seconds. So finally, we come to the ship's concealment rating of 48, equates to a surface detection range of 12.9 kilometers, 9.9 by enemy subs and from enemy aircraft. So this is the brand new Tier 9 Japanese battleship, Iwami. Now they have announced the Iwami is going to be available for coal. So as I stated earlier in the video, everything you've seen in this video is still a work in progress. The Iwami is still in testing, but this is the current state of affairs with the Iwami, a very nice looking Japanese battleship about to enter the game at Tier 9. So I hope you enjoyed this early look at the Iwami. If you'd like to see some live gameplay, feel free to come over and visit me on Twitch. I stream there numerous times during the week. You can see the link here on screen. I look forward to seeing you all. I'd like to thank you once again all for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more. Take a moment to check out some of my most recent videos and leave a comment below. And until the next time, keep sailing it like you stole it.